Hi, this is Michael. This video is a follow-up to the first part of this Miss Reyes video that we already did. When we said the UFO is doing things in a few seconds, we should have said the UFO is doing things in a flash of a second. In this image, we are looking at the side of the UFO and not at the bottom of it. And now we have received some comments and questions regarding this UFO cylinder shape and what other shape it may have. Now here is the problem. Lots of you keep looking in the distance at this video and still images of this UFO with this high contrast big dark area against the blue sky background, and your eyes are being tricked into seeing only the cylinder shape in this one image and not the different shapes in the other images. To correct this mistake, and so that you can verify it for yourselves, using Blender, the free software, and or any other software of your choice, we need you to capture 5 still images of this UFO as you see here. And now with this 5 images of this UFO with no special enhancement of any type, we need you to open up image number 1 and zoom real close to this UFO, just as you see us doing now. And now, using basic engineering schematic knowledge reading, you are going to see that if this was some sort of cylinder UFO shape, then this image lines will be all horizontal against it. And this is not the case. As we are showing you in this image, this UFO has a section with a vertical line. Do you see it? And in this zoom image, it is very hard not to see that this is actually a vertical section of this UFO, which makes it impossible for this UFO to have a cylinder shape in this particular image. And the dark area that we see on this UFO are actually some parts of the inside of it. And as you can see, this UFO left side vertical section has a cutout so as to fit inside of the horizontal right section of this UFO. So in this particular image, this UFO had a tight triangle shape. This is what this vertical section is telling us. Now we are going to take a look at image number 2. And this is the problematic image, because in this image, this UFO does have or did have a flat shape that one could describe as some sort of cylinder or a cigar or something like that, which in our first video we did call this image of this UFO a straight or a crooked line in the sky. But this straight shape, it is only present in this one image. Doing what we just did before, let us analyze image number 3. Some of you wanted to know, where are we getting the dome shape of this UFO? Again, don't just look at this UFO in the faraway distance. You need to zoom as close as you can to it, as you see us doing now. And then take a look at this image. And here is your answer. And those of you experts, go ahead and do some extra work of enhancing these images, and you are going to see where are we getting all the extra details that we showed in our first video. Okay? Go ahead and do your homework. So this UFO has hundreds of blur lines around it, meaning that in this image, there are a whole lot of sections of this UFO that are in motion. In trying to understand this UFO behavior better, we viewed these images in a thermal scan settings that we prepared using our knowledge of software enhancement techniques. Did you see all these fuzzy lines distorting this image? Well, these are motion blurred outlines indicating to us that all these sections here are being moved rapidly, very fast, from inside back in and out of this UFO. We have placed these two images together because this UFO, it is real. This is not a theory or an idea. This is a science. And this is a science that anyone from around the world can check it out. And so we have placed these two images together because there are a lot of activities taking place from one image into the other one. For example, in image number 3 above, the UFO has deployed all these retractable sections. Yes, now we can use the word retractable because in these thermal scan images, we can clearly see retractable parts are being moved all over on this UFO. This front part that looks like some kind of airplane wings, this is being moved outward, while at the same time we see the dome, it's on its way up, and in the tail section we see that this part that we call the 3 tubes, one inside the other one, they are on the way out too. Now on image number 4 below, a lot of what is happening on image number 3 is to set up what we see in image number 4. So in this image, the UFO brought down the dome part, and the tail section we see that is being retracted back inside of the UFO. And this section here, it is being opened up from the flat appearance that we saw before, like the airplane wings. Now this section is being converted into this square one, and at the same time this UFO, it seems to be tilting itself to, this is our theory, to point out this section that it just opened up to the airplane where Michelle Reyes was flying on. Again, this is our theory. We think the UFO was pointing this section at the airplane, and we are going to let the public to fill in the blanks as to what was it. Here is this UFO section. You tell us, what do you think this was? And this part that in our first video we could not identify, well, now we know exactly what it is, because when this UFO tilted its body upward, the side part of it went up too, bringing down the nose on the other end. This is allowing us to see now a small part of the bottom section of this UFO. So in this image, this section that we see right here, it is a section of the bottom part of this UFO. But once again, this UFO has provided the answer as to why so many people can look at the same UFO and report it with different shapes. It's only until we break down these video images and analyze it carefully one at a time that we can understand that it's not that we don't know what we are talking about, but this is happening because the UFO has different shape in these images. Now we can throw out the window all the debunkers and some of these scientists' nonsense and the gibberish arguments of the cell phones videos not being reliable devices and you can't trust them. Because in this UFO case, we can verify, we can see it, and we can prove it. That we don't have to agree as to what shape a UFO may or may not have. Because as it turns out the case, we are not the ones changing the UFO shape. It is the UFO itself that is changing its shape.